Hi, my name is Vanessa Adams and welcome to Craving City.
Hi Vanessa, it's so nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So tell us a bit about your business.
So it's called Craving City, as you know, and our slogan is satisfy your cravings. So basically it's a new spot, it's a grill spot, and we're actually just here to satisfy every craving that you have.
Interesting. Why food in particular first?
Aside the love of food, obviously, but basically I've always been that person that you come to my house and then there's always food. I'm always ready to grill for my friends. And then every time I travel, I always take my time out to like check out food trucks and all that. So generally just seeing all these things, I'm like, okay, why not start up mine? That was it.
So wow, so it's a combination of your love for food, your need to help people and satisfy their cravings and all of that.
Definitely.
Nice.
Yes. All right, come have a seat.
So tell us a bit about your startup. And you mentioned that it's a new company.
Yeah.
What was your startup cost?
Tricky question. So cost in itself, I don't know how to place that because, you know, there was a lot here and there, you know, having to put resources together and, you know, trying to just fulfill my own personal dreams of like just, you know, starting a grill spot. So it's not about the cost for me now.
That's nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So what did you have to get in place to put this place together? And yeah, what were your experiences with those vendors?
Wow. Okay. So for one, I actually hired a construction guy. I contracted him to get the place running for me. And so I trusted him. I gave him like over 80% of his bill. And I basically had to chase him for 2 more months, you know, trying to chase him to finish. I don't know what it was about, but apparently he had spent the money that I gave to him. So and we were halfway done. We're just here. People kept passing and wondering, what are you building? What's happening here? And I couldn't even answer because I couldn't find the guy. So until I had to outsource again. So I got, you know, another set of individuals to finish up. And yeah, there we have it. I mean, it was a crazy experience, but it's worth it.
Right, that's interesting. So what would you say was your major challenge or your major challenges when you were trying to start up this business?
The major challenge has to be definitely building a place because getting the location was easy, getting the equipment was easy, but building the place, like I said in the previous question, my previous answer rather, that I had to basically chase this construction guy all over the city, having to do it all over again after having paid for it with, you know, another, it was not funny.
Right. Yeah. So with what you've seen, what would you say are the risks of this business and what kind of insurance do you have for it? Have you put in place to minimize the risks of this?
Okay, so there will always be risks in business. There will always be risks. So the risk that we'll most likely face right now is maybe fire, burglary, and we do have insurance for that because, you know, they're cooking, there can be a mishap, you know, the gas or, you know, whatnot. So that's one risk that, you know, is a major concern of ours. That's why we have insurance for it. So yeah, we do have, it's covered against fire and burglary as we speak, yeah.
Right. And so we're just going to ask you about your entrepreneurship journey in general.
Okay.
So if you could describe your entrepreneurship journey with a movie title, what would that be?
A movie title. Okay, so this journey has actually been a crazy ride because I've been an entrepreneur since I was about 16, I think. Yeah, since I was 16, from one business to the other. And I don't know how to describe that in a movie.
So you mentioned earlier that your house was a spot, your house was a place that people, your friends came over to like have some food. So are you saying that you're the one that makes these meals, and especially here at Craving City?
Yeah. No, not all the time. I mean, I have chefs. I have about 3 chefs on board. But yeah, I can get my hands dirty. If you want to see, let's go. well, food isn't the only thing I do.
Really?
Yeah, so let me go show you my car dealership. Yeah.
Nice. Excited to go there.
Welcome to my other world.
Nice. So how did you start this business?
Ooh, okay, so back in the day, I think it was about 10 years ago.
Wow.
So I was in school, and then there was this dealership on the way to my house, right? And then I was trying to sell my little small car then, and then so I drove into the place, and then they offered to sell it for me, and then somehow they sold it that same day.
Wow.
Yeah, they sold it that same day, and so I was about to leave. I just sold the car. I was gonna just go save some money to get a new one, and then he just offered, I was like, don't you want to get one right now? And I'm like, I don't think my money is enough for that. So he's like, no, don't worry, I got you. For some reason, this guy just basically pulls up with another car that was less than what I just sold mine for, and then he offered to sell it to me, and then I bought it, and I had change, and it was a better car than what I brought in there, and crazily, and then he said, oh, don't you want to sell it? And I'm like, bro, I just bought this car, what do you mean sell it? He's like, yeah, you can make money on it. And then we sold it for about how many % more?
Wow.
Right in front of me. That was it.
Interesting. You were sold.
Sold. I'm like, so I sold it again, and then I just kept going there every day, and that was basically like an IT, so he just
a quick one-day lesson.
Yeah, one-day lesson, and then I like money, so I kept going back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how do you manage all this, Craving City, and your personal life?
Okay, well, pretty simple. I mean, for cars, it's like the cars are here, so they're not going anywhere until they buy them. So I don't really need to be here. Usually, I know the number of cars I have here. When it's sold, I know. So I barely come here. Craving City, I go there maybe evening time, once in a while. Not really too much. I think I'm lucky. I have good hands on deck.
Right.
Because my social life, nothing is messing with that, because we only have one life to live, and then so I just try and make the best of it. I prioritize, clear, proper planning, make good use of my spare time. So basically, I just, as it comes,
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice, yeah. So what advice would you say is the one thing you tell all your customers when they come in and get a car? What's that one piece of advice?
Oh yeah, so when they get cars here, they're usually excited, new car, but I, give them, stories of, other people that, from the car dealership. You can just, it can happen right at the gate. You never know, you never can tell. It doesn't matter how good a driver you are. There could just be a mishap, and it messes the whole thing up. So I always encourage them to get comprehensive insurance, usually when they come. So I always compel them to. It's very important. They always need to know that.
Yeah, good. And then our final question.
Okay.
What would you say to entrepreneurs who are on the fence of whether to get insurance or not?
So that is not a question these days. Insurance is very important in the business. I can give a clear example of my friend that owns a supermarket, and I've been pressuring her to get insurance. She finally did, and guess what? 3 weeks after, there was a fire.
Wow.
You don't know how happy she was that she had insurance. Wow. Imagine she didn't have insurance, that would have been the whole business down the drain. So
right.
It's not really a question, especially if you put a lot of money in your business. I feel like you should secure it with insurance, it's just, it's you just have to get your insurance done at this point. That's basically what I can say.
We agree. Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.